Welcome in. It is day 345, and you're speaking to the Meeple's champion. And today we're going to be going over a small card game called Trash Pandas. Now, in Trash Pandas, the concept is that essentially you're going for trying to collect cards. However, in order to do the collection of the cards, you first have to draw the cards. And in order to draw the cards, you're going to have to see if you're able to get up to 1 through perhaps up to 5 out of the 6 tokens available. In order to do this, you're rolling a die. It's a push your luck mechanic style game in this way. So, you have a die. It's a 6-sided die that has the symbol of all 6 tokens on it. You're going to roll the die, and you're going to take a token and put it in front of you, matching that symbol. First time you roll the die, you're good. Now, you could just end it and guarantee that you're getting your 1 token, or you can risk it and roll again. If you do, you're going to then grab that token. However, if you end up rolling a token you've already taken, then you're going to bust, meaning that you have completely wasted your die, all your tokens return. Now, the cards that you're collecting, you'll start the game with some in your hand already, you'll have cards that you've collected from prior turns, and they all have different actions on them. So you might have one, for instance a Blammo, that actually allows you to ignore a roll and roll again. And you have other ones that will give you different abilities that might allow you to exchange out things and help you with those rolls. Now, you don't want to use these abilities, because if you use the ability, you're discarding the card to do so, meaning that the card was used to help you continue forward, but you've lost the actual card. The idea of these symbols on the tokens is to do a few things when it comes to these cards. You have your deck, and then you're going to have symbols like, okay, you have the double trash can. That's going to let you go to the deck and draw 2 cards and onto your hand. You've increased your hand size. However, you also have the 2 trees. This is going to allow you to go and store 2 cards from your hand face down into your area of storage. Now that's what's actually going to score in the game. You then have the raccoon mask. That means that you are going to draw a card. You're going to let everybody see the card and add it to your hand. But now everybody else at the table can reveal if they have the same card, and if they do, they can store it. So they'll have the advantage of knowing a card in your hand. You'll have the advantage, as well as everybody else, of knowing a card they stored. There's also going to be a card, for instance, that is a recycling type look. This is actually a token that allows you to, at the end, exchange it out for one of the other tokens. Now, this may seem like a waste, but the idea is that you have a 6-sided die. This token is just meant to get you to the other tokens. So there's actually only 5 tokens you're trying to collect. You have one that's the trash can or a tree, and you choose which way to use it. So there's a bunch of these different style tokens. If by chance you bust and there's nothing you can do, you still get to draw a single card. So it's not like you're just losing everything for your turn. You're just getting a very, very basic turn. But you're going to do this, and then it's going to move to the next person in line, and you're going to keep doing this until the Trash Pandas deck has run out of cards. When it runs out of cards, it's time to score. Now, when it comes to scoring, Blammo is simply a point apiece. Otherwise, all the other cards are going to be stacked into piles. So if you have got a bunch of people who've gotten Nanners cards, you're going to look at the Nanners cards, you're going to count them up. If somebody has a clear-cut most of that card, they're going to get paid whatever the trophy at the very top of the card says its victory points are. Now, there are 3 potential payouts on cards. Some cards only have a first place payout. Some cards have a first and a second, and some cards have a first, a second, and a third. You give whoever has the most to first, second to second, third to third. But in the case of ties, you will actually say, all right, so let's say first and second are tied, and then thirds by themselves. Well, first and second, you're going to take the first place points, minus 1 off, and that's for you guys. And then the next person up is actually in third, so they're going to skip over second place, and they'll get the third place points. That's the very basics. You just play it this style. It's fast. It gets right to the point. It's not too difficult. It's a lot of just, are you wasting a card's ability to kind of get a reroll, or are you trying to build up and get as many cards in your hand so that you can guarantee storage? There's a lot of ways to play this, But why don't we jump in? Let's talk our 7 categories and see where this game lands for us. When it comes to the art, the card art I think is fantastic. I really liked the look of the different types of things that they're collecting. You've got so many, you've got your shinies, you've got your nanners, you've got your blamos, you've got so many different cards in here, unique names, nice art. The box, I actually love the raccoon. I just wish that they would have done a little bit different with the colors. I feel like it's an awkward color choice, but it's a small box that does stand out. I'll give them that. So overall, thumbs up. Your components. So you have your die, you have your 6 tokens, which are wooden, and then you have your cards. And they're all really good condition. Doesn't look like anything's going to be an issue with wearing or tearing. The die looks like it's obviously a good mold, and your 6 tokens are going to last. Thumbs up. Your price. Your price is right in that $15 to $20 range. It's available. Trash Pandas is going to be in locations like Target, Barnes & Noble. It's going to be in, probably 2, maybe 3 out of 5 board game stores. It's available online. It's a good price. It's out there. It's something you can easily find. It's a thumbs up. Your difficulty. So I think this is a game that is fine for beginners. I think that kids are going to like the theme a bit. It might be a little wordy on those cards, but again, 10 years old, this shouldn't be that difficult to play. Experts and experienced, I think the experienced would be okay with this game. It's not one that grabbed me. I'm not looking to go and play this game a bunch, but it wasn't one that I was finding unfun. I was able to participate, but I don't think an expert's really interested in playing this game regularly. So for me, I think that you're getting 2.5, 3 of your 4 categories. For me, that's enough to say thumbs up. Replayability. The game doesn't take too long, and I think that it is one that if you're looking to have a fun little kind of set collection style game, and somebody wants to play a game that does have a little bit of a luck factor in it, that does have a little bit of a push your luck factor in it, I think that this game kind of gives you that opportunity. It's not a clear cut, somebody knows exactly how to win the game. Because you do have that rolling of the die option, everybody always has a chance. There's not going to be a person who can just run away with this game every single time, unless somebody else just doesn't understand that they could stop at 2 or 3 rolls. But outside of the possibility that somebody just never stops rolling, and of course, what's the luck that you're going to get all 5 every time, I think that this game gives the option for everybody to have a chance to get a win. So for that reason, I think that you're looking at the replayability really hitting for everybody. It's a thumbs up. Your keys to victory. So again, first and foremost, what are you after when it comes to the die rolling? Yes, you could just guarantee and stop at 1, but it's really not going to win you anything. But are you the person who says, let me just get 2, that'll be enough? Are you going for 2 specifics? Hey, once I see I've gotten these 2, I'm pretty happy, so if I get it on the 3rd or the 4th, that's great. Are you somebody who wants to push your luck and go for 4? Maybe even try to get to 5? Are you somebody who is going to use their cards to keep going? Or are you going to instead be the person who's okay with taking a hit and either I've gotten 2 and I'm out, or I've gone for 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it was I wanted to go for, I lost. I'm not wasting cards to get more. I'll get my single draw because I'm trying to keep my cards building. This is one of those games that gives a lot of opportunity for different approaches. Even though, yes, the luck of what cards you drew is part of this, you have such different ways to get into building your hand size and the kinds of cards you can get that I think that this game definitely has the keys. Thumbs up. Is the game unique? I don't know that I can give it unique. At the end of the day, yes, it's not a bag builder, but it's a push your luck die roller that collects tokens. Okay, well, that's not very unique. Kind of feels like you're just taking the die to replace the bag as far as a push your luck, draw from your bag type game, because you obviously can't have multiple tokens, but by using this you can technically roll for multiple tokens. At the same time, it feels like once you get those tokens, the way you're using them to collect your cards, we've seen set collections before. We've seen, whoever has the most of a card, second most of a card payouts before. I don't know that this one necessarily stands out that much to me. It's probably why I'm not really interested in getting it for my collection, because I've seen this before. There's only two real sides to this, and it's not enough mechanics to make me say, like, oh yeah, this clearly is better, because I can find a bunch of games that does the first half, and I can find a bunch of the games that does the second half. So, and there's going to be occasionally a game out there that probably does a lot of both halves. So for me, this does not feel that unique. Thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? I think if you're looking for a small card game, if you're a bigger person when it comes to the card games in your collection, this is a game you'd enjoy. I enjoy card games. I actually have quite a few that I've collected. However, I tend to lean in the direction of I want to get more of a we're taking a shot for trick taking, not as much of everything outside of the trick taking. So these set collection games like this one, I only need one or two of those and I'm pretty happy, and this one just didn't stand out enough for me. That being said, I don't think this is a bad game. It's one that you don't even have to really test try if you're into card games. Just pick it up and try it. I think this is one that will probably hit for a lot of you and that you'll enjoy having in your collection. Even if you don't play it a lot, it'll be worth it. Well, it has been day 345, and we've been speaking about the game Trash Pandas. And you've been speaking to the Meeple's champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description where I'll be adding in an Amazon link in case you want to get this game for your collection. And don't forget to jump onto Board Game Arena, where you can look me up under the Meeple's champion, send me over a game request, a friend request. I'm on a couple times a day. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.